This is how I want you to think about fat loss. Now, this inner tube here is your belly fat. You have to unravel all of the belly fat in order to lose it. I'm going to show you how to take your belly fat from this over to this. Losing belly fat can be extremely challenging and frustrating. Now, it is stubborn for a reason. It is almost always the last place to go when you're in a fat loss phase.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
But I'm going to share the exact routines and strategies that have helped me and over 500 clients lose fat, lose stubborn belly fat, and get in the best shapes of their lives. The fastest way that you can lose belly fat is extremely simple. Stop eating and never stop moving. Now, as far as that is true, it's not very good advice. And it's not something that you're going to find sustainable or realistic if you actually want to take that stubborn belly fat off and keep it off. Let's get into the real strategy and how to do that. This is how I want you to think about fat loss. Now, this inner tube here is your belly fat. And this is all of the fat that is in your face, your legs, your arms, your chest, your back. You have to unravel all of the belly fat in order to lose it. This is literally the most difficult part to get. Why? Because we are built for survival. As human beings, your goal is to survive, not to be shredded or have six-pack abs. So it is the last to go because it insulates your core and also protects all those vital organs. Anyone who tells you that you can target stubborn belly fat when it comes to losing body fat is talking bullshit. Run the other way.
Run, Forrest, run!
You cannot target stubborn belly fat. I am going to show you how to exactly take it all away, but you have to think in this analogy. Remove all of the fat and the belly fat will go along with it. Step number 1 to losing belly fat is creating a calorie deficit. That is plain and simple. It is not to be argued. Some people will tell you it's to do with insulin and carbs and things like that. It is nonsense. Your goal, if you want to lose belly fat, is to create a deficit. And there are two, calorie deficit that is, and there are two numbers that matter most here when it comes to doing that. One is calories, the other is protein. Those two are the most important numbers in the equation for body composition. I'm not talking about general overall health, I'm talking about body composition and losing stubborn fat. Take care of your calories, take care of your protein, and create a structure around those. But Andrew, where do you actually start when it comes to creating a plan to actually lose fat? What should your calories be? What should your protein be? I'm going to give you a formula that's incredibly simple. This is the one I use, this is the one we use for our clients. I'm sure there are other formulas out there that work. I'm just sharing my own experience and what has worked for hundreds of our clients. Take your goal body weight in pounds and times that by 12. That is how many calories I recommend starting your fat loss phase on. So if your two goal weight is to get to 200 pounds, then you want to start around 2,400 calories. Secondly to that, the protein one is pretty simple, it's pretty clear cut in terms of the data and the research. If you want to maintain muscle mass, if you want to lose stubborn belly fat and optimise your ability to do so, then 1 gram per pound of body weight is pretty clear that that's going to be in a very good range. So 200 pounds equals 200 grams of protein. Simple. That's your step 1, and you have to be consistent with it. If you're unable to be consistent, you're not in the right diet. It does not matter which diet you choose, whether it's keto, whether it's fasting, whether it's vegan, whether it's carnivore, it doesn't fucking matter. When calories and protein are equated, the results are exactly the same. Once you've created your plan, you have to follow that consistently, first and foremost. Step number 2 is tracking and measuring. At the end of the week, take your weight. I suggest doing it over a couple of days or maybe taking an average across the week. That will get you a more accurate number. You generally want to be losing around 1% of your body weight per week. 1 to 1.5% in the starting phase of a fat loss if you have more to lose. So if you're 220 pounds, that's about 2.2 to 3.3 pounds on a weekly basis. Losing at that rate is slower, in quotes, but you'll never have to lose body fat again. So really, it's going slow to go fast. Because if you constantly have to yo-yo and go back and up and down, it's going to be a complete waste of time. So next, you have to track and adjust. And if you're not losing at 1 to 1.5% of your body weight per week, then your calories are too high. They must be reduced. And again, you have to be honest with the counting here, otherwise it completely null and voids the process from the start. Step number 3 is pick a level of activity that works for your lifestyle. This is very simple. Here's where you start. Take your average daily step count right now, whether that's 5, 10,000, 20,000, it doesn't fucking matter. Whatever your step count is right now, up it by around 20%. And do this every time you hit a plateau. When you hit plateau, up your steps 20% or decrease your calories by 200. Those guidelines are simple, they are not black and white across the board, but they are going to work for the vast majority of people who are watching this video. You do not need to overcomplicate it. Number 4 is your training. If you want to improve your body composition, you want to look leaner, you want to look more athletic, you want to look more muscular, then doing cardio is an extremely inefficient way to go about this. Again, studies have shown that the cardio output you get, aka calorie, let's say you burn 100 calories on the treadmill, actually equates to about 70% in real life because of metabolic adaptation and a few other processes. So let's say you burn 100 calories in the treadmill, you actually in reality have only burned about 70. So the best way to create your deficit is through your nutrition. Cardio as a training method is not very effective. If you want to be lean, fit, healthy, athletic, muscle gain training or weight loss training, weight training to some capacity is absolutely key. What do you do here? Again, I suggest maybe 3 to 5 days per week. Find something that's realistic for you. It doesn't need to be 5, it doesn't need to be 6, it doesn't need to be any number. It needs to be a number that you can hit consistently. Because again, so many people fail to lose stubborn fat around their waist because they cannot stick to the process long enough. You have to be able to stick to the process. So your training plan has to be realistic for you, your goals, your lifestyle, and everything you have going on. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a 9 to 5, or if you're a professional, you've got kids and a family, training in the gym for 2 hours, 5-6 days a week is completely unrealistic and is honestly absolutely unnecessary. Pick 3 to 5 days a week that you can train with train with weights, and you'll be absolutely good to go. In terms of what's actually in those sessions, focus more on compound lists. Again, if you need some strategy around what to actually do in the workouts, there is a workout guide in the description below for home and the gym. The key here is that you do something consistently. 6 to 12 week blocks tend to work best, in my opinion, and based on the research as well. The longer you're actually in a block, the better you can make progress because you're making consistent gains week after week if you're tracking and measuring. So key here is pick 3 to 5 days per week you can train, follow a set schedule for 6 to 12 weeks and track your progress. Get better, get stronger, force your body to improve, and you will see drastic changes to your body composition and those stubborn areas around your waist, your hips, your back, wherever you're holding that stubborn fat right now. The next thing that you should be going off to watch is my video on the fastest way to boost testosterone. These could potentially be holding you back if your testosterone is low and you're a male in 30s and 40s. Having low testosterone could potentially be negatively impacting your ability to build muscle and lose stubborn belly fat. So off to the side's going to be that video. Go and check it out. See you all in the next one.